All right, so we are back on Wade's World. Today, I have one of the craziest stories I think I've seen on YouTube. This guy, Clavicular, or we're just going to call him Clav for the rest of the video. He is a guy that is trying to become the world's most forefront looksmaxer. And yes, I said that word, and I'm embarrassed that I said it. It's not a word. It's made up to essentially mean he wants to be a male Barbie doll. And I assume have girls fawn over him, or maybe have men fawn over him, because that's what really seems to be the case here is, how can I look good or better than all other dudes and have other dudes know that I look better than them? He's 19 years old, and he's been on testosterone since he was 14 years old. He is considering, and it seems like going to go through with surgeries to augment his own face and body, and he is very popular on Kick and on social media, leading the youth to potentially do the same things he's done to himself already and is going to do. This guy clearly has body dysmorphia, and he's going to create a generation of kids that are unfortunately brain dead thanks to their smartphones, TikTok, their attention spans being that of a squirrel's, and their hope that if they follow someone that looks aesthetically pleasing, that they will be the same, not realizing the damage they are going to do to their bodies and minds. This is what happens when everybody wants to be a social media influencer, and we're all so superficial that we can't see past what a person looks like that defines their entire being. I'm telling you, this is going to get bad, but let's get into it. The breakdown, let's go. So first off, let's talk about this kid. He was doing testosterone since he was 14 years old, which it doesn't take a doctor to tell you that elevating your testosterone prematurely and not letting your body go through a natural process of aging and maturing and going through puberty is going to cause some medical issues, probably some bodily issues in terms of the way his body functions and operates as he gets older, which he doesn't seem to care about. But for every other person with a sane mind, that's not something you want to do. But he doesn't give a shit, I guess.
What was the exact moment you decided that natural puberty wasn't enough?
Well, I have always had the mentality that if something is going to get you to your goals quicker, then why not go for it, right? So when I was a kid, obviously I wasn't the most well-versed in pharmacology, so I didn't exactly know what I was doing, but I knew that it would help me get to the place I wanted to be at a lot more efficient rate. So, skipping out on that just seemed ridiculous. I thought, why would I work out as a natural, take years to make the progress that I can make in months? It didn't make sense to me at all. I was never worried about side effects. I was just worried about progressing, right? So that's kind of always been my mentality. I'm all or nothing with everything that I do, and I just needed to do it,
How does a 14-year-old even get their hands on synthetic testosterone? Where are his parents? I mean, genuinely, who is his parent that is allowing him to inject himself with testosterone? And if they don't know, how are they not involved enough to know their son is injecting himself with testosterone that he got from what? Some website online? Because you can't really go into the doctor as a 14-year-old and ask for synthetic testosterone and them just be like, yeah, no, sure, here you go. He has to be getting this off some sort of peptide website or, something that isn't safe, hopefully has not been diluted with some other crazy shit. You mean he has no idea of knowing what's even in this stuff, let alone going for it. And you hear him say there, I didn't understand why I would take 2 or 3 years to do something I could do in months. That didn't make sense to him. Of course it didn't make sense to him as a 14-year-old. And again, in this generation where everything needs to be given to someone like this and you have no reason to go and earn something or work hard for something or to put in time, to struggle and fail, to understand that no matter how many times you fail or how much time you put into something, you can always get better. Those things teach you the lessons that shooting yourself up with testosterone so you can get jacked in months don't teach you. They don't teach you what happens when you fail. They don't teach you what happens when you work hard and you see results little by little by little. Motivation being internal versus external, meaning you may not see the results right away, but the more you push and the more that you feel you're doing the right things, they will flesh out. This is a child. He's still 19 years old, or I guess 20, I don't know. But this is a child that has no life experience talking about, oh, it didn't logically make sense. You don't even have a fully formed brain at 14 years old. What are you talking about logically this, wanting to get to my goals that? When I was 14, I wanted to be an NFL football player. It didn't work out for me, but it wasn't because I didn't take a fucking bunch of testosterone. I just, where are the adults in this kid's life? Please, if you are under the age of 18 and your brain is not fully formed yet, don't be going to this guy's Reddit page or as we'll see in a second, he has like a Patreon thing where people are paying him for his advice on how to become someone like him. Don't do it. For God's sakes, do not do it.
Was there a specific moment that you remember where you were like, yeah, I'm just going to hop on testosterone, like when you're 14?
Just really taking a look at, what was possible in terms of time frame. I wanted to get to my goals as quickly as possible, right? Because I always thought the idea of, telling people you work out and talking about all this stuff, but you're not big, to be just kind of ridiculous. It's like, dude, what are you actually getting after? So
it seems that Clavicular has this idea about what working out is supposed to be and what it's supposed to gain you and what the goals of it are. And you can tell he's a very insecure kid. That's what you can tell, because he talks about, well, I wanted to get to my goals, and when I told people I was working out and you don't look big, then what are we really doing? Your goal in working out shouldn't be to tell people you're working out, right? And again, he's a kid, so of course there's ego involved, there's again, insecurity involved, there is comparing yourself to others, and all these things that every kid goes through, that I went through, that I'm sure everybody that's gone through high school or gone through sports or gone through anything competitive or where you can draw a one-to-one comparison with you and someone else and how you feel about yourself. But these aren't real goals. Not as far as like self-improvement goes, right? The entire point of working out is to improve yourself. To him, the entire point of working out is, I guess, to tell people that you work out and that you look big, to flex on people, which is, again, I don't know, it seems very shallow at best, and it seems like a very fabricated life he wants to live. A very hollow and not even self-serving, but just, I guess, pleasing others type of life. Like the only happiness it seems like he's going after is the approval of others based on his aesthetic.
I'm going to get my physique going as quickly as possible. I do not care about side effects. I don't care about any implications of, oh, this guy's using drugs. Like, none of that shit really fazed me. So I just wanted to, get to my goals.
Because he is 14 years old. Of course the side effects don't faze him, because no one is telling him, or even if they are, they're not getting through to him, the side effects to potentially destroying your own body prematurely using testosterone.
So your mom, she competed as a bodybuilder, and your dad
Oh, Jesus.
Lifts, works out. How did your parents react when you told them that you wanted to start taking tests?
Well, for a while, my parents would, go through my room and find steroids, often confiscate them. So that'd be a bit of a burden, because sometimes I'd have to go like a few weeks without injecting testosterone. Well, they confiscated it. So it was hard at first, but eventually they started to realize that there was nothing that they could do about it. I was always going to do whatever it takes. So, once they had that realization, it got a little bit easier for everyone, because, they stopped confiscating it and kind of just chose to plead ignorance on everything I was doing in terms of my pharmaceuticals. So that was kind of a tough thing to deal with at first, but it got easier over the years.
That is a absolute failure on the part of this kid's parents. To just plead ignorance after you're willingly understanding your kid is taking testosterone. Yes, you should confiscate his steroids and whatever amount of money he is making or taking from you to buy them. What do you mean there's nothing they can do about it? Of course there's things that as a parent you can do about it. You can confiscate every means of access to the outside world, except you sleep, you fucking eat, and you go your ass to school. This is a clear, lazy parenting job by his mom, who probably was on the sauce during her bodybuilding days, and his dad, who probably was on the shit as well. Failed as parents, dude. I'm sorry. No excuse for it. You can't allow your kid to be injecting testosterone at fucking 14 years old.
So you were a freshman at the time?
Correct.
So freshman in high school, were you playing any sports? Were you looking at any of your friends that had better physiques than you? Were you kind of looking at your parents' physique? Did they take testosterone? Like, what kind of really led to the decision ultimately, you think?
That's a good question. I wouldn't even say it was influenced by anyone else. It was a purely logical
Bullshit.
decision.
Bullshit.
In terms of looking at, mechanisms of action and things of this nature, like, if I could, increase this growth pathway by this means, then I'm absolutely going to do it. I didn't really see people like David Layden think, oh, I want to be like this guy. I'm just like, if this makes sense mechanistically, then I'm going to do it. Like, I'm a hyper logical guy. And I don't really get influenced by other people.
Did you read about it online?
Again, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling straight up bullshit about the not getting influenced by other people and purely logical. What all the things that he is doing are for this end goal of being able to mog and being able to look better to and than other people. There's no logic in that. That is just ego and insecurity being brought to the forefront of someone's entire life. That's what it is. They're not happy with the way they look. They focus only on the way they look. And because of those two things, they are always going to be perpetually looking for this perfection in their aesthetic. He's 19 years old right now. When he hits 30, it's going to go downhill. I don't even want to wish that on the guy, but that's just the natural effect of aging. You cannot outrun Father Time. You can try to delay the inevitable, but if his mindset is like this at 35, at 40, at 45, he's going to eventually hate himself. And he may actually already feel some type of way about himself that he continually does, not just the testosterone, but we're going to find out the bone smashing and this other stuff that he does. This doesn't come from any sort of logic base. It comes from a deep-rooted, I think, body dysmorphia. All right, so now we're moving on to Clav talking about why he's going to get a double jaw surgery. And people are on the internet these days can troll, and they can act like they're not serious about things. And this could be a case of another guy doing that. But listening to this dude talk, I think he is dead serious about becoming the most male Barbie-esque plastic walking, talking doll on the internet.
It infuriates me to hear that talking point.
Clav, why are you getting a double jaw surgery?
I am getting a double jaw surgery due to the fact that I know the amount of money that I'm investing will pay itself off to a huge degree, right? So it's $35,000 for a double jaw surgery and with full facial implants. I was starting to notice a lot more about how looks played into your income. So it was, a money thing, right? So that's how it started out. And now that I got into the world of social media, I know that I will go, insanely more viral, and it'll help my career a lot to do the double jaw surgery. It's not insecurity, right?
It is insecurity. And it's insanity, but there is a method to the madness, I will say here. Yes, your looks can produce tons of money for you in this day and age, where aesthetically pleasing individuals without necessarily any sort of other skills can get paid more to do absolutely nothing but talk. This again is insecurity. He can mask it behind, oh, I can make more money this way and it'll pay off. It'll pay off in the fact that you'll get more people to recognize, hopefully, God, I mean, who knows if he's going to get botched, a double jaw surgery for $35K, but it will pay off in the way that he wants. People to tell him that he looks nice. The confidence he gets from looking better than other people. What happens if this guy ends up looking like Zac Efron after the surgeries? Y'all remember Zac Efron when he was doing like the little kitty Disney shit? And then he comes out with the fucking crimson chin, square jaw. The guy doesn't even look like a normal human anymore.
Like, if we take a step back, like, when did you realize what that was? Kind of explain it to me. Explain what you'll have to go through and what the results could look like negatively.
I decided I wanted the double jaw surgery. So what I had to do is get a head CAT scan, right? So I had to go to an imaging center. They scan my skull, and then that gets sent to an implant designer, right? He comes in, and he customizes the titanium implants based on my skull.
Oh my God, is that what it's going to look like? Dude, I'm telling you, he's going to look like a freak. He's going to look like an absolute botched freak. Oh, let me go in the middle here. He's going to look like Thanos, dude, from the Avengers.
I am inevitable.
I'm not wishing this on the kid, but like, he is the dude that's looking in the mirror every day and like circling the imperfections on his body. This is so bad, dude. This is so bad.
You've admitted that your content is dangerous because people misinterpret it.
Correct.
If you know that, why do you keep spreading it out there?
Because I think that I offer comprehensive resources, right? So I do long form content as well, where if you actually, go through and listen to everything I'm saying, take things out of context, rather, things can go really well for you. We're talking about dangerous, pharmaceutical drugs, and with short form content, it is hard sometimes to, fully comprehensively explain everything. But, when I funnel things to my YouTube, I see less of a problem with it, right? And I always tell people, don't rely on a 30-second video to make a decision on things. I'm kind of just spreading awareness on various different methods. And I expect people to do a little bit more diligent research in terms of, peptides and pharmaceuticals before, just haphazardly taking things.
What's a sign that someone isn't a...
I agree with the last part of the statement. Yeah, don't listen to this guy, even in his long-form podcast or whatever else he's doing, and expect to get a full-on doctor-level understanding or pharmacist understanding of synthetic drugs, peptides included, and what they can do positively and what they can do negatively to you. Anyone that just focuses on the positives of synthetics and doesn't introduce you to the side effects, as he said he didn't care about, they don't either care about telling you the truth or they're not well versed in the things that they're even ingesting. Again, yeah, the dangers in what he is doing, people will absolutely get swindled by putting their hopes and dreams into the ideas that you are selling by saying, do this, do that, and you can look like me and have everything you've ever wanted. That type of stuff is dangerous. We're going to move on. We could watch that entire pod, but it would make this video fucking 4 hours long. But there's other things that Clavicular also apparently does. Now, this is one Twitter account that I don't even know is accurate. This is apparently some of the claims and things that Clav tells people to do. This says, meet Clav, the new face of American youth inspiration. Uses meth daily for leanness. Now, again, right off the rip, I don't know if that's a joke, but I have heard that this dude is on some sort of I don't know if it's Adderall or some sort of stimulant. If she means this dude's actually smoking fucking crystal meth on a daily, that's insane. Don't do that. I mean, it's fucking clearly obvious. Claims anabolic steroids are safer than alcohol. I mean, that's not actually a terrible take, in my opinion. Now, again, granted, you're talking about under the right circumstances, under the right doctor supervision. So I don't fully agree that anabolic steroids are safe, but alcohol is not great for you. Practices medicine without a license on his 16-year-old girlfriend. I saw this. This is insane. I don't even know if I can show this on YouTube, but here is Clav injecting this girl's face with something.
Like needles all fucked up.
Jeff Epstein just tipped $4. Yo, my nigga,
Oh my God.
you got
Take that out crazy. Chat, we're looksmaxing her. We're looksmaxing her. It's all good. Dr. Clav? Yeah.
Are we fucking serious? This is what passes for content in 2025? I don't know what he's even injecting her with. Face filler? Fat dissolving peptides, apparently. Criminally insane abuse of underage girls. Yeah. This is, I'm pretty sure, illegal without a prescription. Now, again, there's a lot of things that are illegal to do underage, but doing it on camera is certainly a choice. But this is fucking crazy. And this is what content has become. This dude is I mean, he might actually be the character Christian Bale played in American Psycho. He's actually Patrick Bateman. I'm shocked. I mean, that's abuse to me, like, straight up. That is, like, you can't convince me that's not abuse. What is this poor girl even thinking? Where did he even get that shit to give her? I don't know, man. This is crazy. That's just, I don't even know what to say other than that makes me fucking sick. Here he is, hard maxing by bone smashing his face. Hard maxing includes risky or medically invasive procedures intended to drastically alter one's physical appearance. Here he is just smashing, it looks like a baseball trophy, into his face.
Ah, fuck, that's starting to hurt, man. Let's do a little bit more. No contraction of the face. I know it hurts, but that means it's working. That's the only indication. You have to push past the pain.
Look at this dumbass, dude. Fucking bruising his own face up to try to have more pronounced cheekbones. Because apparently to this guy, what he is essentially teaching and what he's practicing is that the only value you have in your life is the way your face looks to people. The only value you have is the way, how broad your shoulders are, which to me is not going so well. How jacked you look. That's the only value and that's the only leg up you have in life to this dude.
I've been bone smashing for about 2 years, and I have gotten improvements. I used to have flat zygotes pretty much, but bone smash for about 2 years from this point, pretty much every day consistently, and now I'm got some tissue.
Jesus Christ, someone throw an anatomy book at this dude. And here is Clav talking about his big goal, right? His goal at first was, I guess, I don't know what his goal is, to be the best looking dude ever. But I guess his goals have changed somewhat, and it's not for anyone else now. It's just so he can show how good he looks to everybody. I don't know. It sounds like a villain arc of, I want to look good so everybody else looks bad.
So that's like the goal in life, right? It's just, I don't really give a shit about getting girls. I just want to mog. If you guys mogging, means basically.
Jesus Christ. We're out here doing conversations We're out here having conversations talking about mogging.
Shit about getting girls. I just want to mog. Do you guys mogging? Means basically like looking better than someone. Like, so you want to mog like people.
That's not insecurity at all, though, right? That's pure logic. That's the goal in life. Pure logic. Not based on insecurities that he has to look better than everyone around him. What happens if he doesn't? What happens if he's not the best looking guy in a room? What's the logical answer then? Because that sounds like it's ego-driven. That sounds like it's superficial. And it sounds like it's insecurity.
Like, dude, like, because at the end of the day, like with girls, you could just have game status. It's just like everyone could do it at the end of the day. But to actually mog, like, you gotta be fucking either genetically blessed or really work for it.
You could take shortcuts, use a bunch of synthetic drugs, punch yourself in the head, and hope for the best. And I guess this was on the same day. Apparently he's streaming with Ed Matthews. All right, I don't know, that's a weird collab, Ed Matthews and Clav. I guess they're doing stuff. The same day, he's in here talking about how, I guess, he had been on drugs for a long period of time. This is a very, very sad state if this dude has been on drugs. I'm just going to read the caption. Again, I could be getting clipped here. Clavicular gets emotional on stream, calling it the worst day of his life after being on coke for 12 hours straight. I could be getting clipped. I don't even know if this is the case, but if it is, what the fuck? What is going on with this dude, man?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really mog shit. You need that stuff if you want to do this consistently, but I don't, bro. I want to get off the packet. I am. It's been 12. We've been off for 12 hours, bro.
Man. Yeah,
The worst day of my life, bro.
What, today? Nah, you've probably had worse days.
Yeah.
I've had worse days for sure.
No, just the way I feel. The way I'm feeling right now is not the... Are they getting her right over there?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really good.
Bro, I don't even have words for something like, I mean, this is just sad. We might see the biggest upward trajectory. Like, he's become a pretty famous influencer really quickly to really, really public and fiery crash out. The way this kid's going, as hard as he is pushing this, I just have a feeling something bad is coming quickly. And I'm not wishing that on this kid. Everything he's doing, it's all for the wrong reasons. And eventually, I think it's going to catch up to him, man. Whether it's the drug use, the testosterone use, the surgeries, his actual brain, which I think he might have an actual mental illness. Again, the body dysmorphia stuff where he's never going to be perfect. And then you see this side of him, which I think is going to only add to the fuel that takes him down. A guy like this, who I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, has any real combat experience. Is not a fighter by any means, but much like a lot of the guys that are bodybuilding, muscled up dudes, they want to act as though they can fight. Not having trained, but just the alpha energy. It seems more and more, I keep seeing clips of stuff like this where he's going out in public and talking crazy to people, and eventually someone's is gonna swing on him, no doubt.
What?
I'm not stream sniping.
You're not stream sniping?
Oh God, we just seen you.
Okay.
Oh God, I live here.
On God, you're the biggest faggot ever.
Whoa, okay. Dropping the F-bomb right off. All right.
The reason that, I wouldn't slap the shit out of you is because I actually have things for you to take. Okay? I have assets for you to sue me for. No. He didn't ask for it. But if I didn't have any assets for you to sue me for, I'd break that jaw in half. I'm telling you right now. Well, no, I just told you. I just told you.
Go on brand risk.
Go on brand risk. I will break your mandible in half.
Let's do it.
No, I don't even...
Let's do it.
I will break your mandible in half. But I actually have assets for you to steal.
Bro, you're made of plastic. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
It's kind of a nasty line. I'm not going to lie. You're made of plastic.
Get the fuck out of my face right now.
Brand risk.
Fuck out of my face. Brand risk? Are you fucking insane? Who even are you? You're a nobody. Okay, so keep doing your videos, bud. Keep doing your videos. Come on, get out of here.
So again, I don't know what led to this. If this guy that was coming on his stream and being an asshole, that's probably what happened. But the way he talks to people, again, this guy probably deserved it. Coming on his stream, interrupting, doing whatever, getting in his face. But I've seen him get into it with a couple of people now and do this whole mogging thing. I don't think it's going to go very well if he walks up on the wrong guy and does this. He said, I'll break your mandible. He's giving him anatomy lessons. I'll smash your maxilla in, pussy. Yeah, man, listen, he seems like a funny guy, and he does. He has a way about him that is charismatic, but I worry he's going down the wrong path. And more so than I worry about him, I worry about the kids that watch him, because it's one thing to just, again, promote yourself as a human freak show science project, because that's essentially what he is. And there's nothing wrong with it. The guy is aesthetically a good-looking dude. I don't even think he needed to do any of the shit he was doing on his site, and he attributes the stuff he's done to take him from a kid that had acne and had a bit of a chubby face with a buzz cut to a dude that grew out his hair, got a chiseled jawline, and cleaned up his acne. I can do this same thing, and I've never taken any of the same drugs he's taken. All right, so this is me in high school. Not the greatest look, and honestly, he looks a lot like me now, I'll be honest. But I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm an 18-year-old kid here. I worked my ass off, and there was a point in my life where, yes, I tried to give it a go at modeling because, yeah, I have some decent genetics. This was not due to testosterone. I just got in really good shape, and I ate right, and I worked out really, really fucking hard, and I also was in my mid-20s. You don't need all these synthetic drugs. You don't need all this fucking surgery. And so it does kind of rub me the wrong way when I see this right here. Clav's Clan, a subscription-based program that 1.3 thousand kids are in. And I say kids because apparently, and this is from a video that I've seen from Greg Doucette, these are actual, like, they have you give your age. And over half of the people in this little community are like 14 to 16 years old. And I just think this is really bad to be making money, telling these kids to do well. Let's just hear him.
If you're tired of being invisible to women, tired of getting rejected, and tired of watching other guys who won the genetic lottery take what's yours, then pay attention. Because what I'm about to
take what's yours, pay attention. Now again, realize this is marketed to like 14 to 18 and 19-year-olds. And you got girls coming out here half naked with tattoos on that are clearly over the age of fucking 18. And this dude has got to be in his 20s.
What's yours, then pay attention. Because what I'm about to show you will completely transform your face and physique in ways that you didn't even think were possible. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You have been lied to. They told you just be confident, just be yourself, looks don't matter. But you and I both know that's complete bullshit.
Cope? I don't know who they is, but I mean, these things are true. Confidence in yourself and being yourself and not someone that you have to create every time someone sees you does matter. And looks, yes, physical attraction is absolutely a major part of getting girls, being in a relationship, dating around, getting married, whatever. Yes, you have to be physically attracted, but it doesn't mean you have to be a fucking male Barbie doll to get girls or to get a girl to be with you, to have sex with you at some point, and to be in some sort of a dating pool or whatever. You don't have to do that.
You see it every day. Attractive men get treated differently. They get the girls, they get the respect, and they get the opportunities handed to them, while you get nothing. Here's what keeps you up at night. You know your life
while you get nothing. These are fucking 14-year-olds.
If you just looked better. You wouldn't have to deal with rejection after rejection. You wouldn't have to watch women ignore you while they throw themselves at some guy who happens to have a better jawline. You're stuck in this nightmare where you're constantly being judged, constantly being overlooked, and constantly reminded that you don't measure up. And the worst part is, every day that goes by, you're getting older. Your window is...
He put the old man AI on his own face, dude. Come on.
Every day that goes by, you're getting older. Your window is closing. And if you don't fix it now, you're going to wake up 5 years from now in the exact same position or worse. Still invisible, still alone, still wondering where your life could have been if you had decided to take action. Maybe you've tried to fix this already. You've hit the gym, you've tried skincare routines, and you've watched 1,000 videos on mewing. But here's the problem.
Mewing? Come on, son. We're doing mewing still?
Sure, you can spend the next years of your life researching the perfect steroid and looksmaxing protocol, worrying about side effects that are actually going to make you look worse, or you could keep doing what you're doing and accept mediocrity for the rest of your life. But there is a third option.
Bro, what? This is it? These are the only two options you got? You either can do steroids while trying to do a looksmaxing protocol and explore the side effects, or I guess what he's trying to say is do nothing. Or the third option, which is Clav saves you.
My name is Braden Peters, also known as Clavicular, and I've spent years mastering the science of male aesthetics. I'm talking about completely restructuring your facial aesthetics using pharmacology, extreme methods, and protocols people are too scared to even ask about. I've taken on guys who are skinny, low dimorphism, and completely overlooked by women, and turned them into jacked, high-value men who command respect the second they walk into a room. Here's what makes my system different. I'm not afraid to go where others won't. While every other looksmaxing coach is telling you to drink more water and do facial exercises,
we got looksmaxing coaches in 2025, dude. This is crazy. This is like the life coach, straight up. Life coaches, if you're out there watching this video, no disrespect, but your job is nothing.
I'm willing to push you to do the methods that actually work. Steroids, pharmacology, extreme protocols. But here's the key.
He's straight up just saying it. I'm willing to get you better in life by making you take steroids, bro.
Most guys who do this on their own end up looking worse because they don't understand the complex nuances of these protocols. They didn't know how to mitigate side effects. They didn't know what compounds to stack, the timing, the dosages, what blood work do I need to get. That's where I come in. I've already done this for dozens of men. Guys who came to me looking like boys and left looking like men.
He should show them. Why doesn't he show them? This is a picture of him. Show the guys that you made men from boys, and it's probably because you gave them fucking human growth hormone. These 10-year-olds came to me as boys, and 3 months later, they looked 35. Like, dude, if you put them on human growth hormone, then yeah, they're going to look like men. They're going to have fucking trails of armpit hair coming out of them at 15 years old, for sure. But again, I'm not saying that it hasn't been successful for him, but like, I don't even want to see people that he's helped, but if he truly has, then put them up. Put their faces up. Testimonials.
One client came to me super skinny, and within months, I completely transformed his
See it.
facial structure, got him jacked, and got him high dimorphism. These aren't small changes. These are life-altering transformations. The kind that make women stop in their tracks, the kind that make other women respect you, and the kind that give you the halo effect that you've been missing in life. Now, guys, just imagine...
Isn't this the guy that just 2 seconds ago said it wasn't about getting women? That he just wanted to be better looking than everyone else? This is like, and I'm just now realizing this. Do you think this guy who is straight up telling you he wants to be better looking than everybody is going to give you the key to be better looking? He can't have you being better looking than him.
Waking up 3 months from now and looking in the mirror. And instead of seeing the same average looking face looking back at you, you see a completely different person. Strong mandible, defined cheekbones, masculine features, and a body that commands respect. You walk outside and people notice you.
Didn't this guy go fucking crazy? Isn't this the guy that like went crazy and started like talking about how he was abducted by aliens and shit?
In which he had a complete and utter mental breakdown. He was crying, he was screaming about philosophy, and he even gave out his entire address, begging fans to show up at his house to help him. One of his friends called the police and he was put in a psychiatric ward for 2 weeks, which apparently he escaped from. He then releases a video where he discusses the substance himself. A few of his friends come forward with their own content where they reveal that Connor Murphy had upped his ayahuasca dosage.
Oh, yeah. No. So, yeah, this is the guy that Clav is telling you can look like if you only follow his practices. And you definitely won't go insane with some of the experimental drug use and extreme methods that he's telling you to use to attain such physique. It definitely won't mess with your head at all. Definitely won't change you fundamentally as a person in a maybe good, probably bad way.
Women smile at you. Conversations come easier. Opportunities open up to you. You finally experience what it's like to live life on easy mode.
All right, so there's his pitch for you to join his program. He said it had limited spots, and he made sure to say that like 4 times. This thing has 1.3K members. And by the way, congrats to him. He has gotten you guys hook, line, and sinker with this. That's like $50,000+ a month. But how in the fuck is he going to give a personalized program where he spends one-on-one time with 1.3 thousand members? Do you realize if he is doing, let's say 5 clients per day, right? Hour-long sessions per day. By the way, he still is live streaming on Kick, I think every day. He's doing like a live stream, subathon, streamathon, whatever they do on Kick. He's doing like a tour of Europe, whatever. He's doing that. Plus, he's going to give you one-on-one guidance and 100+ advanced courses, weekly Zoom calls, direct messages, guides dropped weekly, private moderated community, all this on a weekly basis, continuing to keep up with each and every member. I'm calling fucking horse shit. And he has 7 admins, even with 8 people doing it. No shot is he going to be able to keep up with that many people. You just can't. It's fucking insane. Even if he divided it up, right, and say he was talking to 3 or 4 people per day, you're still taking 52 weeks out of a year to do this. Or I guess he's saying months. Even then, he's like, we'll do it in 3 months. Get the fuck out of here. No shot in hell. This kid is swindling y'all, man. He is. And again, I know that I saw it from the Greg Doucette video that it's probably a bunch of 14 to 18-year-olds that are easily manipulated. And he doesn't have your best interests at heart. I'm going to tell you that now. He may think so, and he may think that everybody else values only the aesthetic extremes that he does in life. But kids, there's more to life than taking a bunch of steroids, punching yourself in the fucking face and going up to girls and being like, do you want to smash me because I bone smashed myself? Don't do this. Do yourself a favor and your future self a favor and just live your life and eat right and work out. If you have some insecurities about the way you look, then focus on yourself in a way that's healthy. Meaning, do something to improve your physical body by working out, eating right. Do something about the way you interact with people, about your confidence, and those things will naturally progress. But don't look for the betterment of yourself and people outside of yourself. Don't look for these external, superficial yes men to tell you how nice you look to give you confidence in yourself. If you do it internally, it will work for you, and you will become the best version of yourself. You don't need steroids to do that. You don't need plastic surgery to do that. You don't need extreme methods, taking a baseball bat to your face. You don't need that, kids. Please, I beg of you, do not listen to this 19-year-old with almost no life experience telling you that he's going to change your life in 3 months. It's not going to happen, and it probably will make a lot of things worse off for your future than you even realize, that he even realizes for himself, because the things he's done to himself are going to come home to roost. What do you think he'll do to you? Anyway, that's what I think, man. I don't feel like this guy Clav is a bad dude. I don't think that he's trying to do anything to hurt others as far as like, you know, maliciously, but I just think he's misguided. I think he's a kid. And I think that no matter how much he says the word logic, injecting yourself with steroids, getting plastic surgery, and only having the goal of looking better than everybody else is not a logical goal in life. It's not one that makes any sense outside of just for him at this moment, because we live in 2025 and he can be an influencer. But the more people that are like him, the less special a guy like him becomes. I hope it doesn't damage him in the future, and I hope that he can, you know, come off some of the cocaine or methamphetamine or steroids or whatever else he's doing to himself, because eventually something's gonna break. What will that be? I don't have those answers, but I guess we'll find out.